Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert. So, since last episode, I've been working in here a bit. The server was down for well, a little while. Not really down, but nobody could log in. We were getting timed out, and then it just kind of sorted itself. We still don't know exactly what's going on, so we took a look. But anyways, we were locked out of the server yesterday afternoon. So... anyways, I've got the sand generator turned off. I ran it for like an hour and a half or something, and then I've got 47,000 sand. So I was like, I'm going to turn it off for a little while. So that is turned off at the moment. And I've started kind of cleaning up a little bit of this floor here and getting ready to add in the walls. Of course, right here is going to go drives, like storage drives for the MEs or the AE system. And then... we've got our wall over here of stuff. There's going to be crafting units that kind of run back along through the sides of this. We're going to have quite a few of them. And then back in here, we're going to have molecular assemblers set up. And we're going to be getting into that today. And then I did dig out a little bit upstairs. It's not very fancy at the moment, but I did start digging this out because we're going to be automating a little bit up here. So my plan is we're going to have machines up here, and this floor is actually only going to be accessible through this room. I'm not going to actually have this connect up here. So, I mean, right now I've got it connected because I had to dig it over, but it's not actually going to connect to this floor. It's just going to be like a sub room that connects into the AE2 room. But I've been working on that a bit, and I've been making some more soap and making some foci for making spells and doing a little bit of Thaumcrafty stuff. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to be doing today, and that is we're going to be doing some automation work. Of course, last episode we worked on this. I did go ahead and add in recipe here for Certus Quartz Dust. And then I also added in recipes here for all the different pure crystals and added the pure nether quartz to the whitelist here. So that is all set up now. So as far as recipes go, this is all pretty well good to go. And then I also made up some patterns. So we've got 16 left at the moment. And then I also dropped the storage... or the controller slaves that were here and there. I dropped them under the floor just to make this room feel a bit more open. Originally I had a plan to actually have them sitting there, but then I changed my mind. I don't want them there anymore. So I just dropped them down to the floor a little bit. So anyways, what we're going to do, the very first thing that we're going to do, I think, is... let's see. Do we want to start with the molecular assemblers, or... yeah, let's actually start with the molecular assemblers side of things. And we are going to need to get ourselves, first up, some interfaces. And I made up... okay, I used them all. Let me get some more formation and annihilation cores. I'm going to need to order some fluix dust and logic processors. I've got 14 logic processors. Let's go ahead and order like 30. There we go. And then I'm going to want... fluix. We'll go ahead and... my crafting CPU is busy. Yeah, right now I've only got the one crafting CPU, so this is a little bit of a chore, so I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to kind of help it out. I'm going to do a little bit of crafting myself here. And we'll toss that into the crusher. There we go. This crusher does struggle with power. It's not too bad when you're making like a little bit like this, but I was crushing up quite a bit of quartz earlier, and I did start noticing the power drop. It's able to do like a stack of quartz just fine. It's just, you know, it does start dropping after a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves formation cores and annihilation cores, and let's go ahead and get ourselves... I'm going to go ahead and start with... I think we'll start with like 6 interfaces. So that we've got them, we're going to need them. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me just go ahead and get as many as I can, because we're going to need them today. So there's 10 of them. And then the molecular assembler. This thing is a little bit involved to craft. It's not terrible. I'm actually going to need... let's see, can I order some more fluix dust? Like 30 pieces, please. We'll get that going. But we are going to need to make, if we take a look at this, we're going to need to make the, I think it's the extra utilities machine block. Yeah. Which takes reinforced stone, polished stone, basic machine casing, and that's one of those for each molecular assembler. Now, I do believe that these can be replicated, though. There's 4 of those, and then we are going to need, I've got reinforced stone downstairs. I need to move it up here. I'm kind of waiting before I do any, like, drawer organizing until we get the storage drawers set up. Not the storage drawers, the storage discs set up. I don't think it'll be this episode that we get them set up, simply because we're kind of focused on the auto crafting part of things. But we will be getting those set up soon. Okay, so there's one of those. And actually, I'll be surprised if we don't complete some quests. Yeah, there we go. The gate for extra utilities is done. And we're going to be starting this soon. We get to choose between 2 water meals, 8 upgrade speeds, or 32 dark ineffable glass. We are going to take the water meals because actually that means I can skip the manual side of GP production. Like where you have to turn the little gear, I can take those water meals and it's downhill from there. Extra utilities is just downhill after that point. And then we've got, we'll get into that later. We're not getting into extra utilities. Well, actually, yeah, we're actually going to take this. We'll go ahead and detect that. Claim. There we go. And we have started the extra utilities quest line. Alright. Cursed Earth. Okay, get a drop of evil. We've done that before. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and grab a loot chest from that. The sound muffler, I've done that. So we'll go ahead and take a loot chest. Okay, that's all we need. There's a quest here. We're going to get into that in just a minute, in fact. Because I want the subsequent quest after that, this episode. But anyways, our first loot chest, we got 8 Supreme Pizzas, and then we got 2 Tesla coils. Okay, we'll take them. Okay, and can we scan this? I think that we can. Yes, we can. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so while that's scanning, the next thing that I want to do is, well, I'll tell you what, actually, let's go ahead and do the extra utility side of things. Because we're going to be working on a couple things this episode. We're going to go ahead and just make the manual meal. I have no intention of using the solar or lunar panels. They're really just kind of meh. Water meals are way better. And this is just cheaper to craft than what was it, 9 of those or whatever. Okay, I'm going to have to get some more polished stone. I'm going to go ahead and make a bit of this stuff because we are going to need it, you know, as time goes on. So, manual meal. There we go. And quest complete, GP generation 1. Let's go ahead and take a loot chest. There we go. And the water meals. Obtaining any of the 3 meals will complete the quest. Well, we've done that. Haha. And the machine block. We get 5 levels of experience. And... okay. There we go. And then we have a quest here for the resonator. We need to make the resonator. So let's go ahead and... let's see, this is going to take steel plates, glass, block of coal coke. I think we actually have a block of coal coke, though. Yeah, we've got 4 of them. They're just chiseled ones, which that's fine. Let's go ahead and fix that. Right, there we go. And we're still scanning. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but that's alright. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay this out in here. So we're going to need glass. We're going to need... does it have to be? It has to be Chinese glass. I don't know. We're going to try regular glass, and we're going to see what happens. And then we're also going to need to get ourselves 4 steel plates, 2 advanced circuits, which the steel plates are actually going to take a minute because I have all the overclockers out of here. And there's a reason for that. We're going to get into that later. But that's fine. I'm waiting for this to scan, so it's not a big deal. And then in the replicator, I've got this. I had it replicating hardened casings, a bunch of them. Probably overkill, but that's fine. Because we are going to need some of those here soon. Okay, so it's 4.5 millibuckets for that machine frame. Awesome. We will take it. That's really not bad at all. Okay, machine block right there. Let's go ahead and repeat run. I want like a stack of these things, because we're going to need them for other stuff, so we might as well, especially since all my molecular assemblers are going to need one, might as well just go ahead and order a bunch of them. And then I'm going to need to get advanced circuits, 2 of these, that, and then I need those 4 steel plates. Okay, I've actually got all the power disconnected over there, so I can't make the other steel plate down there because I ran out of power. I'm gonna plug power back up to that, but I need these RTGs for today's stuff. So our base is kind of a bit of a mess at the moment because we're kind of in that transitional period of moving everything into IE2. So it'll get fixed. Okay, yeah, it looks like I do need Chinese glass for this. How interesting. There we go. There is our resonator. And we're going to get a quest complete. There we go. Let's grab our loot chest. Okay. And what comes after that? Fluid storage. Okay. We've got, first up, 4 winged doors, 8 floodlights, and another benevolent goddess charm. Okay. Well, we'll take it. And let's go ahead and we're going to set up our resonator. For right now, it's just going to go right here. And then we got, which that's going to get moved. We're going to have a dedicated little area for that. And then our water mills. Another temporary placement. Actually, I really don't need a whole lot of GP right this second. So we're just going to do that. That's going to be more than what we'll be able to really use in the resonator anyways. So that'll be fine. Then what we're going to do is if we take a look at cables. One thing I want to make this episode is universal cables. These right here. Which are iron bars, 16 GP through, and we get wireless RF heating coils. So let's go ahead and just toss in like 32, and that's going to start running. And we could bump up the GP production. Yeah, let's do it, I guess. Okay. They're not max efficiency, but they're both generating 10. So that'll be fine. Those are all going to get moved. I really don't feel like digging out an appropriate place for them. And so this is going to start running. Yay. And this manual meal. Oh, and these don't stack. Ugh. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and put down a shulker box. Put that down. And start extracting those. There we go. So then we can start pulling those out. And I'm going to let that run for just a little bit. And if we pop back down, the replication on this should be done. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. 64 is plenty. And I love being able to like start a mod and just have like 64 of the machine blocks like right out the gate. It's great. Okay, so the molecular assembler, back to that. We are going to have to make ourselves some crafter tier 3s, which are analog crafters and redstone gears. Oh man, okay. Well, that's fine. It's basically just a whole lot of this. Not really sure why, but it's not recognizing the shulker box when it's inserting items. Like, it can pull from them, but it's acting up, trying to extract from it. Let's see, I'm only using 2, 3, 4, 5 channels on this line. I don't know. I don't know why it's acting up with this. I think it just has to do with the crystal shulker box. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that actually doesn't work. Well, it was working last episode. Nothing's changed. Why is it not... Like, sometimes it's letting me put stuff in there, and sometimes it's not, and... I don't know. I have no clue whatsoever. Okay, and then our machine blocks, and we'll get our crafter tier 1s. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just make what I can here. Which will be, there's crafter tier 2s, 2 of those, and then there's crafter tier 3s. And then, what we're going to do is, let's see, the molecular assemblers. I can start with just a few, and then I can expand. Once I can actually automate some things. Quartz glass, cores, and iron sheet metal. We'll go ahead and just get a bit of that. The cores, we've got a few of those. I think we've got quartz glass. No, we don't. Okay. There is 56 of it. That'll be good. And then the molecular assemblers. Oh, I must have a crafter tier 3 in the system. From that request reward, we used one before. Okay. But there's our molecular assemblers. So 3 of those. And then we're going to want, we got those interfaces earlier. And then we're going to need some cables. Which I'm gonna actually order some more fluics real quick. Okay, and let's go ahead. I don't know if I want to go ahead and put this in its permanent placement, or just set it up close to this. Yeah, because right now we're actually going to go for number of recipes over speed. Later on, we're going to change it over to speed. So we're going to do like 4 interfaces, and then a molecular assembler in the middle of it. And then we'll just bring our cables over, which I don't want that to connect. So I'm going to get cable anchors, nether quartz cutting knife, and let's get, that'll be fine. Let me get 3 of those. I guess it doesn't work with, okay, and we're just going to cable anchor that. Because eventually what we're going to do is we're going to have this, it's going to be setting over here, and they're going to be stacked, and it's going to be 4, it's actually going to be the opposite of this design. It's going to be 1 interface to 4 molecular assemblers, and then we'll have speed upgrades in the molecular assemblers, and, you know, they're gonna run faster that way. Alright, and then we'll just bring this up, and we're going to do 4 more interfaces. Now, the molecular assemblers, they don't take a channel. The interfaces do take a channel. So this is, altogether, this is 8 channels, which is the maximum from ME glass cable coming out of the controller like that. Okay, so then what we can do is, now we get to actually use our pattern encoder. And this thing is fun. So let's go ahead, we're going to put these into here, and we're going to start making patterns. I've been looking forward to this. So the first thing that I want to automate is everything related to patterns, to making more patterns. So fluics, we've already taught it how to make that. Iron, glowstone. We need to teach it how to make quartz glass. I guess it won't, because there's multiple different things. Because like normally what the pattern encoder is for is, like, for example, if I go in here and I look up machine, and we're going to do like the industrial machine chassis from Ender.io. This takes reinforced obsidian industrial die blend simple machine chassis, which I have none of those things. If I try to shift click that in, it doesn't work. Well, I've got it in processing, but it's not going to work. Like, let's see, for example, I can't shift click that in. But if I come over to the pattern encoder and I choose industrial machine casing, there we go. I can shift click it in, which is kind of nice, but it's not working with shift clicking in that. But what we can do is quartz glass. We can do that, and then we can set what we want in there, because I guess we have to specify it. And then we'll get our recipe, and we'll go ahead and clear this out. I guess we really don't have to clear it out, but and then I want to teach it how to make patterns. So blank pattern, and I want to, instead of Certus quartz, I want to use pure Certus quartz. There we go. There's our blank pattern recipe. And then I want to teach it how to make the seeds, because these are going to be really, really important for us. Like the Certus quartz seed is, can I really not, what is it not detecting? It must, maybe it just doesn't work with the dusts. Okay, there's one of each dust. And let me put some of this stuff away. This I had because I thought we were going to use it this episode. We're probably not going to. So there's how you get Certus quartz dust. There's how you get fluix dust. There's how you get nether quartz, or seeds, I mean, not dust. But okay, so there's our first 5 recipes. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these into our interfaces, and basically what it's going to do is it's going to be able to craft these things. So now if I order patterns, let me order, say, 2 patterns. There we go. And we'll give it just a second here, and we should get 2 patterns. You know what, though? We might not get 2 patterns because it's not registering this as a valid storage item anymore. I'm just going to put down this storage crate that's down from the IC2 building. That's where it came from. Okay, so if we take a look, say 2 blank patterns. It crafted them for us. Okay, so then what I can do is I'll just put this into there for now. And then what I want to do is I want to automate. I mean, now we can pretty much craft all the circuit related stuff. One thing I do want to teach it to do is silicon. We need to teach it how to make silicon through crafting. So if you take 2 of these, you get 2 silicon from Ender.io. There's that. And then I also want to teach it how to make Fluix cable. Well, actually, we'll teach you how to make quartz fiber cable. And of course, it doesn't detect that dust. I don't get this. Sometimes it'll send it here. I have no clue. Anyways, there we go. There's quartz fiber. And then we're going to teach it to make Fluix cable. There we go. And actually, I'm going to teach it with pure Fluix and not regular Fluix. And then, what else do we want to teach it to make? Oh, molecular assemblers. We should go ahead and teach it how to do those. So if it takes... let's teach you how to make crafting tables and levers and redstone torches and redstone gears. Okay, I'm full up on recipes at the moment. I was putting those into here. Okay, there's that stuff. Oh, I taught it redstone gears twice. Whoops. Okay, and then that's how you make. Oh, it won't put redstone gears in there either. How strange. Okay, and then that's how you get a crafter tier 1. I guess I should actually keep this on me. And then the crafter tier 2. It's made like that with redstone gears. The crafter tier 3. Redstone gears. See, it's a whole lot easier. Why is it duplicating? Okay, it's a visual bug, is what it is. That. Because I guess it thinks I'm shift-clicking them and getting them or something. I don't know. But, and then if we want to make the molecular assembler, we're going to need formation cores. And it doesn't get processors either. Okay, I've got some more patterns ordered. But anyways, we're going to use pure Certus for this. And that's how you get formation cores. We change it over to nether quartz, and that's how you get annihilation cores. And then we'll go ahead and put this this recipe into there. And then you get molecular assemblers. We're going to need iron sheet metal. So there's how you make that. And there we go. And so on and so forth. I'm probably not gonna automate any more little recipes like that because it's literally just a matter of putting it in there. I'm not gonna automate them right this second. So, but you got the idea. So we've got that set up. So now we can actually start doing crafting and getting all that stuff situated so we can just order pretty much everything from IC2. And the next thing that I want to do is I want to run up, we'll actually just run it up right here for now. And this is all going to change to dense cable. Like, now that we've got recipes, I'm going to get some recipes set up for like dense cable. And this is all going to change. I promise. But what we're going to do, I'm going to need some more interfaces. And let me actually, for right now, let me dig this out. I'm going to go ahead and dig this out and put an elevator right there from open blocks. And what we're going to do is we're going to run up right there. And we are going to need to get ourselves a couple more interfaces. Which I should have patterns. I'm going to go ahead and automate interfaces. Yeah, there's 20 more patterns. This seems to be a little bit buggy. Like, there's no sense that it's not finding annihilation cores. Okay, I don't know. That's really it's being really buggy. Like, it's not able to find, it can find formation cores, but it can't find annihilation cores. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's like broken. Alright, let's go ahead and teach it how to make interfaces. I don't know if I'm going to end up using that, because it's all over the place with what's working and what's not, and honestly, it's annoying me more than anything. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves 4 more of these. And then while that's crafting, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this and this. Dump them into this chest. This wonderful chest that I have created. We'll set that down right there. And let's see, we're going to have our interfaces setting right in here. And I guess I'm just going to bring this up like right there. That'll be fine. And let me open this up so I can get behind these. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up interface, 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 interface. And then just right-click the back of these. There we go. So they're facing in this direction. And then what I want to do is... Which actually... Yeah, I'm going to put them right there because then I'm going to have a border that runs right up here. So they're actually going to be kind of inset, and then I'm going to glass them in. Because they're not for manual use. They're going to be glassed in. All of our automation is, I think. This is my chest of IC2 stuff that we're going to be working with. So I've got 5 machines that I crafted up here. They're all really, really cheap ones. Really, really basic machines. We're going to do at least one more machine, just for looks purposes. But I've got a macerator. We're going to put that right there. Electric furnace, right. No, I don't want block cutting machine right there. I want electric furnace right there. We'll probably end up having to have multiples of these. So, yeah, we'll probably have multiple macerators and electric furnaces. Definitely electric furnaces. Then we're going to have a compressor. And we actually might have another metal former, too. Metal former, block cutting machine. Like that. And then I've got, these are all the overclockers from down. Like I said, I pulled all those up. We're going to be using those. And then I've got some energy storage upgrades. I need to make more of these. I'd like to have maybe one in each machine, which we'll get into that here in just a second. But we need to plug these up with power. And we're going to do something a little bit different. Of course, we were using RTGs before, right? And we're going to boost that power generation by a lot. Okay, so right over here, our purple crystal shulker box. This has finished running our wireless RF heating coils. And like I said, those water mills, that's just temporary setup. It's not efficient. It's not ideal. And it's just temporary. So, just to get us some of those crafted up. So let's pop down to our drawers. And what I want to make are universal cables from Mechanism. We're going to make ourselves a few of these. This makes 4 per... Okay, really we only need like 1 craft of this. Basic coils are 1 at a time. They're going to take in Nori crystals. So I'm going to need 6 of these. And I've actually got 7. That's empowered Nori. I got... Okay, I actually don't have any in Nori. I was thinking I had a Nori, and that's empowered Nori. Okay, I don't know if we're going to have time for this episode, actually. Because... I'm going to have to check the time on the video. Because we have a few things that we're going to have to do. So give me just a second. I'm going to edit down some footage real quick. Okay, yeah, I was editing the footage. We're not going to have time to do all of it this episode, but we will go ahead and get the IC2 stuff plugged up. We're just going to supercharge it next episode. I'm probably going to pick up recording next episode shortly after finishing recording this one. But while I was editing footage, I did go ahead and add in storage components, plutonium, pellets of RTG, compressed cobblestone, and then all the stuff, basically all the stuff except for 10 cables, insulated 10 cables. I have to do those, but I got to get 10 cables set up first. I'm running patterns right now. You may see them popping in there every once in a while. But basically, I taught it everything that it needs to make the radioisotope thermoelectric generators. Let's see, are my patterns? Enough of them are done. And then also, I went ahead and just removed this, the pattern encoder. It's just being super buggy. And IC2 has included the ability to create recipes with things that you've automated. Like, I haven't made anything above a 1K storage cell, but I was able to automate up to a 64K. Because I taught it how to make a 4K, then I taught it how to make a 16K after putting the 4K in here, and then I made the 64 with the 16. Which that's a really, really nice feature. But what we're going to do is, let me grab this glass fiber cable. And this, like I said, this is going to change next episode. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab these radioisotopes and these RTGs. And we're just going to toss these down right back here. And just go like that. And then we're just going to put 3 in each of these. So that way we've got some power being generated. And then we're going to go ahead and just connect all these up. And then we're just going to run it through right there. And connect it up like that. Okay, and then let me grab these overclockers. And for right now, I'm just going to put in like... I'm just going to put in like 5 overclockers per machine. And our metal former, we're going to leave it set to extruding, is what we're going to do. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to set up some recipes. So they're going to be processing, and let's do like, well, let me make a crafting pattern first. And we're going to say that's how you make block of iron, because of course we're not using compacting drawers, we're using, and let me grab one of these. We're using just ingots. We're storing the ingots, and then we're going to compact them through crafting. And then we're going to set up a recipe here that says if you take 1 block of iron, can you really not right-click to increase the number? Why is... I feel like... Let's see, I'm going to set that to JEI Synchronized Auto Keep. I feel like AE2 is like a little buggy. Okay, let me grab this. And I'm just going to toss it into the block cutting machine. And just run this manually and get 9 plates. I kind of know, I feel like AE2 like took a step back all of a sudden. Like, it was so good and so fluid. Now it's like kind of wonky to use it to some degree. Okay, but that makes 9 iron plates. And what we're going to do is, let me pop down... Okay, I don't have any. I want to make ejector upgrades. Which are crafted just like this. We can do dense 10 plates with it. Yeah, let me do that. Let me get 10. And let's set up a crafting recipe that makes blocks of 10. And then let me grab one of these. And I filled up all 4 of these interfaces, so I'm going to start on the next ones. Once again, that's just a temporary setup. We're going to move that. Probably, I don't know if we'll move it next episode or not. And then if we put that through the block cutting machine, there we go, there's 9, 10 plates. And we'll say a block of 10 makes 9, 10 plates, and encode. And we're going to go ahead and put this into the interface that's connected to the block cutting machine. And I don't have the output set up yet, that's what we're working on. But let's order ourselves... that's a little bit more, but I don't feel like actually cutting it down. Let's go ahead and order those. And it's going to craft them for us. There we go. And then we're going to toss these in the compressor and get the dense 10 plates. I think I could probably speed this up a little bit. There we go. I will say our machines next episode are going to be crazy. Crazy fast. I promise. Okay, and let's set up a recipe here and say that if you take 9 of those, you're going to get 1 dense 10 plates and encode. And actually, while I'm at it, let's do iron as well, because I have some dense iron plates in here. AE2 is so weird. Like, I can't right-click stuff into there. Or anything. I don't know why it's being so buggy. Okay, and let's get ourselves the ejector upgrades. We're going to go ahead and just craft 9 of these. And I'm going to go ahead and make a recipe for it. Just in case I ever need them again, we'll have them. Like on demand. Okay, and this is going to go into the compressor interface. Those dense plates are. And then we're going to take our ejector upgrades, and we want these to eject. We want them to eject to the north side, which will be the back side of them. And so then we'll just put this right into there. On each of these. And then our automation will be complete. We'll actually be able to order stuff. So now if I was to order, let me order some dense 10 plates. Let me order like 2 of these. Okay. And no crafting CPUs are available. Oh, because let me cancel that, because I didn't, the items didn't come in. Okay, so if I order 2 dense tin plates, there's one, and it's probably, is it running out of power, or is it just bugged? Okay, there's 2. It's probably struggling with power, I imagine, because I put a bunch of overclockers in there. But the stuff is automatically being ejected by the ejector upgrades and going back into the AE system whenever it's finished. And that pretty much covers our getting the items in and out of here. So, anyways, I'm going to end out this episode here. Next episode, when we come back, we are going to get into just a little bit of forestry and a little bit of actual additions. And and a little bit of mechanism. We're going to get our cables, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the mechanism cables to bypass somewhat of almost like a bug within the pack, because of course IC2 is intended to have 4 times power generation within the pack, but the radioisotope thermoelectric generators are kind of hard-coded to at best output 32. If you put, say, 6 pellets of RTG in here, this is going to charge up super fast, but it can still only output 32, and there's no way with IC2 to bypass that. But with Mechanism, we can bypass that and pull it out as, it'll be 256 EU per tick per radioisotope thermoelectric generator. And it'll pull out 256, and then we can input it into our machines through that. And that way we can kind of bypass the limitations of the radioisotope thermoelectrics with that, and get our 4 times power transfer with the RTGs, which will be nice. And between episodes, I'm just going to make a few recipes here for basic IC2 stuff. You know, making the cables. I don't know if I'll do a whole lot with the macerator and electric furnace. I might make some diamond dust and stuff like that. But then I'll also do some of the plates, like compression and the block cutting machine to make plates. And then next episode, this is going to get crazy. Crazy fast. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.